So, welcome everybody to this first episode of the Connection 44 podcast series, hosted by the wonderful and beautiful Garden505 Studios. I welcome you, and I also welcome Alejandro Muhech, who will be our first guest. Thank you very much for being here, Alejandro. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Fabio. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so Alejandro recently released his new album by the name of Edurne on the 5th of September, if I'm...
That's right.
Right,
yes.
Yeah, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're also going to talk about his life in Berlin and also how you came to be the beautiful musician that you are.
Well, thank you for inviting me here. It's really a pleasure, my friend. And yes, I recently been working in my album, which is ready, and it was released on September 5th here in Berlin with some beautiful musicians that I met here during a trip it was after I graduated from university. I came here, and yes, it was a great experience to record this album.
You recorded with Tito, right?
I recorded it at Centrifuge Studios with Mr. Tito, who is a great... Shout out to Tito, who is a great engineer and a great person. And yes, it was a beautiful place he has there, and it was very smooth, everything, and it was... in one day we recorded everything with the quartet.
You told me it took like 4 or 5 hours, or how long did
like
it take you?
More like 4 or 3 hours. It was really, really fast, actually.
Wow. And tell me something about the personnel that you had there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a quartet with a saxophone and the contrabass and upright bass and drums. And I'll start talking about the saxophone player, who is Oliver Fox.
Right. Yeah.
Oliver Fox is a saxophone player based in Berlin, and he's a really amazing person to start with. And then a great musician. He's been here for a while playing, and he does a lot of big band playing. He plays in the Sonnenraum in the Mondays with a big band, and he knows about arranging and everything. You can hear when he plays a note all this knowledge, you know.
Right.
So I heard him play a couple of times, and I spoke with him in the jam sessions, and he was just such a beautiful guy, and he speaks Spanish, and he was we were talking Spanish. And then I was trying to practice my German, and
It's like you connected right from the beginning. Not only musical, but also like personally, you had the feeling it would work well.
Exactly, yeah. And I always kept him in mind for my music, because he sounds ready. His notes are like so. Everything he does is like ready to. I mean, it feels like that for me. So I tried many musicians.
You had some change in the personnel.
Yes,
upcoming.
Exactly, always, and everything worked. It was every different band was like a rehearsal to make this happen. And it was, I added compositions and I changed compositions. But I really liked about Fox that he was like really giving me advice about the arrangements, and with a lot of honesty and great tips that every time after he came into the band, I was like going back to change the music and fix things. And well, that's enough about Mr. Fox now. He's a great man, and you can...
But he's also like a little bit older than you, right? So he has some experience to arrange for big bands too, I guess. I'm not sure.
Exactly, yes, that's right.
So he had a different perspective on
different
the thing.
perspective, and he's I don't think he's not too old, but he's older than me, and he has been here for a while. And yes, playing with big band and also in different formats, but yeah, he has a lot of experience with arranging and the playing.
Yeah, right. So also for the listeners, if you have a free Monday night, go to listen to Mr. Fox and his Omniversal Orchestra.
Yeah, Omniversal Orchestra.
Omniversal, in Sonnenraum. Yeah, you can walk there from Treptower Park. Yeah, right. So we're in Berlin. That's like maybe something for the international listeners. You're also in Berlin, Marzahn, in the studios. And yeah, also, when did you actually move here to Berlin?
Let me mention the other musicians before I continue.
Sorry, I'm jumping around.
Don't worry. We have too many things to talk about, I guess.
Yes.
The other musicians are two that I really love as well, because I met them a while ago and I played with them for my first album, which is called Conejo, which was just a trio album. So was just the drummer and the bass player, you know. And I met them when I came here, just to see what was going to happen with my life after I graduated. And I met these people in the jam sessions. I'll talk about Enrique, who is the drummer, Enrique Luna. I met him, I think, at the Zigzag or something like that.
And that was how many years ago?
That was 4 years ago.
4 years ago, actually.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And he was... We played a song in the jam, and it was so nice, and I just approached, and I was like, yeah, man, this was so cool. And then I heard his accent, and I was like, man, are you Mexican too? And he said, yes. And then we bonded over that. So I immediately called him like 2 days after, and I was like, man, I want to record some music. And he was always like supportive and everything. And then I met the bass player, his name is Aaron Weiss. He's from here. I also in sessions. It was always he was showing up to the Hat Bar or to any session, and we were playing, and I liked the way he played, and he was super nice guy, so sweet guy. So I asked him, and I just arranged a date to record with them, and the record happened, and it was a great experience, no?
It was like the first time also that this band like played together in this way? It was the first time?
It was the first time.
Wow, that's amazing,
yes.
actually.
Yes, and it was really nice. We did the album, and then we wrapped things up, and I went back to Mexico actually, and I didn't see them. But for this time, it was a coincidence and it's beautiful coincidence that I ended up with these same people playing the album, because Enrique doesn't even live here anymore. It was just he just happened to be here the day I had booked the studio, so everything worked fine. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe show us or tell us a little bit about the different tracks, right? Because I think you play around a lot with the tempo, you know, you go in double time and you go back, and there are also, I think with the 4 tracks you go through quite a variety of different feelings and style too, although it has this coherence. And of course also like the title I think would be nice to talk about, because I think it's really special, something special for you too.
Yes, we talk about everything. So to answer your first question, yes, we play a lot with the time. I think it was like the main focus. It's a simple, I composed all the songs, it's simple melodies and more or less traditional way, but I focused a lot on the time, and all these changes. But this was also like it happened. I mean, I just wrote the melodies and then I took them with the band, and this was all happening spontaneously.
Right. This was actually happening spontaneously. So you didn't rehearse like, okay, now we are going to go into halftime, or here we're going.
I had this thought, but I always want to trust the band and see what they have to suggest. So I like first to bring just a chart with the melody and the chords, and to tell them this style, and then we go. But after the first rehearsal, I start to hear things in my head, and I tell them the next time, like the half time and double time things.
Yep.
Which are just small details that I think it makes fresh the song, and to stay fresh. And
Yes, also especially in the track Idone, I heard it and I really loved how you change the times. Just the thing, I noticed that I stick in my mind really.
Yeah.
So
now that you said the track Edurne, I can talk about the title. This is the track it's one of the tracks.
Right.
And it's actually the name of my girlfriend, Edurne, and she also did all of the artwork for the album, which is really beautiful. She's a great artist.
Yeah,
she did the cover, all the nice details, and also the back cover of the album. Maybe we put it here in the video or something.
Yes.
So maybe not, but yeah, she did a great work. So yes, this album is dedicated.
It's dedicated.
Actually. Yeah.
Wow.
And the other tracks, it's not an album, it's an EP, by the way.
It's an EP,
yeah,
important.
It has 4 tracks,
Right.
And yes, this is the main track. Yeah.
And yes. I think it would be also interesting for our listeners to get to know you like a little bit better. You know, maybe you can say where you're from, how was your way up until here, also in terms of which schools you went to, which teachers you had. I think it would be nice. Yeah, just also maybe who also was your inspiration. You know, why did you think, okay, I need to play guitar, I need to like really do this, you know? Because I think I think everyone has this moment where I think like, okay, like I hear some really like a jam there, I need to follow this path, you know, this is my path. So was there something like that?
Definitely, yes. So I start from the beginning of your question.
Please.
I try to cover all of the points. So I'm from Mexico, from Cuernavaca, which is near Mexico City, the capital. And there I was a regular kid, but then I started to play the guitar at like when I was 13, 14. But then, and when I was in my second year of high school, I got like a teacher that he was the teacher of the school. His name is Luis. And he was like classical guitarist, but such a great guitarist. And I was like, and also my math teacher was a great guitarist, and they used to play together, and I was just always amazed by their playing. So I had to take a class, and I went with him, but I saw that he was very strict. You know, he made me learn how to read music, and I really liked this. So I started to go to the school, and then after to his house, like to have more lessons. You know, and I learned a repertoire for classical music, and I was playing like in the concerts of the school, you know, by myself, and it was really nice. I started to feel like I was a musician, you know.
So you were also like classically trained.
Yes, not conservatory, not conservatory like you know, but yes, with I guess I am.
You have a background in this too,
right. And this and that happened, and then I met some guys that play the blues, and also in Mexico City, and I was like going to kind of like party, you know, and like and then there was always a guitar, and we were like playing, and these guys were like improvising, and I was like, man, where is the scale? How do you do it? And I learned some scales, and I was improvising a little bit of blues, you know, which I loved it. It was like to get in this character of improvising. It was to me like magical.
Right.
And then I was deciding what to do. To be honest, I was not like, I'm really bad to do things that I don't really care about. So I wasn't doing anything in the school, you know, I was just playing the guitar.
Okay.
So I realized, man, this is what I will study, you know, and then I applied to some schools, and I got accepted at Berkeley, and I went to Boston to study.
And you took it from there?
I took it from there, and in there I was still lost, you know. I was like, okay, what do I do? I do classical music, but this is a jazz school. The word was I've had heard kind of blue by now, but I was just like in the back of my head.
How old were you
when I heard kind of blue?
When you went
18.
18. So yeah.
And then I also liked John Mayer and stuff like this that they were playing blues, you know. So and I like to sing too, so I didn't know which direction I was going to take. But like the second week there, everyone was talking about like secondary dominance and scales, and you had all these people playing like bebop lines with a harmonica in the. So everything was like jazz. At least that's why the things I was seeing, you know.
Yeah,
maybe not.
That's what
you
you paid attention to, like what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then one day I listened to Bill Evans, because I heard like a couple of teachers talking about him, and I just wanted to absorb what they were saying. And I laid on my bed and I played this Bill Evans album actually, and it was crazy. And I was listening to all of these melodies together, not to chords, you know, but to counterpoint. And first of all, I didn't know what it was, of course, and it amazed me. And I was like, man, I want to be able to improvise this. This improvisation thing that got me interested in the blues, it keeps going now. It's always my goal is to improvise, you know, and to do it well, and to improvise and to try to make it sound like a composition to get these things together now.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's it. And then from Bill Evans, I kept listening to jazz. I got obsessed with jazz since that day until today. You know, maybe a bit too much sometimes. But yes, I had really good teachers actually.
Mm-hmm.
My main teacher his name is Bruce Bartlett. He was a great person. He was not the best teacher, but I learned a lot from him. He was like very strict, you know, and mean sometimes, you know. But I was enjoying this, you know. I was
right if you take it in the right way.
Yes, yeah. And in you know how things are in America, you know, it's like everyone is like on themselves, and I perceive it like this.
Yeah, it's more individualistic, I guess, in some sense. Yeah, very extroverted country too.
And then I started to focus on myself, to practice, you know, and I was practicing. I kind of was just practicing during my whole Berkeley years.
You were just practicing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my level was not too much, you know. I was playing classical. I wasn't like playing jazz, but I wanted to play jazz, you know. So I was practicing and listening to the interviews of Miles saying like, you should practice. And just practicing and consuming all of the jazz.
All of the...
And Bruce Bartlett got me into this, like, into this like mentality that if you want to play, you have to practice, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got classes with Mick Goodrick, he was like then the one that shaped me better, because he showed me more theoretical things about playing. He passed away like I think 5 years ago or something. Yeah, but he was a great teacher, and I still read his book. He has a book that is really good. It's called The Advanced Guitarist.
The Advanced Guitarist.
It's really good.
There you have it. Yeah, right.
I have it here. Nah, just kidding. But yes, that's it. And then that's it. I kept going until now, listening and learning with the jazz and playing with people. And wait. Then I graduated, and I was still like feeling like I wasn't ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't, but I wasn't feeling.
How old were you at that point? Like,
I was 21.
21.
And I was playing a lot by myself. I was transcribing a lot, but I was afraid of going out.
Mm-hmm.
Afraid of playing with good jazz musicians, which was the only musician that I considered good back then. Not anymore. But
naturally, yeah.
But then I took a trip to Berlin when I graduated. I was doing some work and I got some money, so I just flew here because a friend was telling me like, man, Berlin is amazing, it's full of musicians, you should come. And I just said yes, and I came. And I started to go to the jam sessions here, and there's where I met Aaron and Enrique and Oliver as well.
Right.
And then I started to play with the people, and I was so nervous always, you know. But then I was like, okay, they play these songs. I don't know. I went back to learning, and I realized that it was a lot about learning the standards, you know. So I was just learning songs, going back to play. A lot of the times feeling bad, you know, like feeling I suck, you know.
Yeah, it was a fight.
It was a fight.
I mean, it should be actually, I think sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah, but I took it I had this mentality of working, so I was just practicing, going back and trying to learn the song that I fucked up in the gig. I didn't have any gigs in the jam session, and I learned a lot in these years. And then I had to go back to Mexico to get a visa to come back or whatever. But man, in Mexico I was okay. Now I will go to live in Mexico City. And this is where the real good thing happened, you know.
Right.
That it's like I start to find on the internet. I didn't have any friends in Mexico City that were musicians. And I was like jam sessions, and I was and I'm meeting these people, and man, the level of the musicians was crazy. Like I was amazed that I couldn't believe that this was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept going. I kept doing the same thing I was doing here, but in Mexico City. And I was supposed to stay just for a couple of months, but I stayed for 2 years in Mexico City. And those are the years that I actually started to work as a musician, and I developed myself, and I got free. Freed from a lot of fears that I had before.
You got a lot of exposure, like you played a lot around.
Yes,
town.
Yes, exactly. I grew up there. I grew a lot in those 2 years.
Right.
doing the same, going to sessions, learning songs back and forth, then getting my band together, trying to find some gigs, and then I started to find some good small gigs in these beautiful places that there are a lot in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the year, I was in better shape. I was feeling better. I was practicing a lot, and I was having many friends. In the music, musicians, always there, like in the session, hanging out in the night in Mexico. So nice. This is like the years where I saw myself. I heard myself playing, so I could like picture myself better in the music world.
Yeah. It's also one thing like to work by yourself, maybe teach a little bit at the side, and it's another thing to get all this exposure and to play it for people. Sometimes feels like two different worlds actually,
Yeah.
It's a little bit like some want this or the other, but it can also be sometimes someone wants both.
Yeah.
Have something of both worlds.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a matter of time. You just if you play if jazz, for example, you just keep going, and then you start to get paid for it, And
right.
You just have to keep going, no? You're not like give up and do other things. Never,
Yes.
That's the advice for the young people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a joke. I am young people too, so I'm learning from Mr. Fox, and from all these great musicians. So yeah, I came back to Berlin. I got my visa. I played a gig with Gabriel Puentes, who is a really, really good drummer in Mexico. So I started to feel really good, And then I was like seeing myself there. I rented a small place. And then I received my visa like the next day to come to Berlin. So I was like, what do I do? Yeah, I'm going, And then I like 2 weeks later I came. And here the same thing happened. I knew how it works. So I just sessions, calling the people I know, going to see them play, talking to the people that work in the bars, and to start to find some students maybe to support myself. And then, yeah, the rest is happening now at the moment.
History.
Not yet. Slowly, building itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, might be interesting to know why you chose Berlin, because I'm sure there was a couple of other options. I mean, there was also, but I think you had like a good friend who said, Berlin is really nice. I went here like half a year ago, and you should come, or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This good friend, his name is Leonardo De Fiore. He actually he mastered the Edurne album. Yeah.
Ah, he did it. Right.
Yeah, and he did a great job actually.
Yes, sounds amazing.
Shout out to Leonardo De Fiore. Yeah, but yeah, what was the question? Sorry.
I mean that he like.
Right. I remember. So there's nothing specific about Berlin. It's a great city, but Mexico was a great city also, and
right.
New York is a great city. I think that anywhere it can be a good city. I'm not very picky with places.
Right, but you think it's like more about the mission that you have within the music and within the jazz community. It's less about I'm living at this place or that place. I think that's also like probably the best mindset to have. Otherwise you might get frustrated. But like this, you're like, I have a mission. I'm going for this mission.
Yes, and if the city that you are supports this mission, it's better.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
I couldn't stay in the States because I was getting kicked out because I don't have papers to be there. I wasn't. In Mexico, you can earn a living as a musician. I have like a lot of examples that show it, but it was hard for me,
Mm-hmm.
And I when I came here the first time, I met so many musicians that had a lot of free time, and they were playing, and they were teaching a little bit. So these two things they were allowed. I just wanted to have time to practice and not be broke,
Yeah.
And these people were doing that here, They were having time to practice, to play gigs, and teaching as well. So all of these things working together to allow myself to keep learning, not to be stuck working in a restaurant or something.
Yes.
Which is also nice, no? But I did it many times.
Yes. Yeah. Also, for the Berlin listeners. We are playing today together, actually. It was kind of a coincidence. It's a concert series I recently started. It's in Valentinstübel in Donaustraße, next to the famous Donau. And yeah, also today we are going to play also your compositions. You know, there's like one from the recent album that we're doing, and then there's one from the last album that you did, or the last EP,
Yes.
more so. And then there's also new material, let's say, you know, that we're
and your compositions too.
and my compositions too. Yes, so also you can come around. It's every Tuesday, for that matter. And yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit about your life in Berlin, and we also talked a little bit briefly about. Maybe let's shift the focus a little bit towards like the collaboration you have here with different musicians in Berlin, because I think you also said, you know, because of the way how the system for musicians works in Germany, especially some of the people here in Berlin, they have like some free time. They don't need to hustle all the time. So you feel like you have a lot of collaborations at the moment, like with different sort of projects. I mean, we're doing a lot of things, I think, together.
Yes.
You know, that's been very nice. I'm very grateful for it.
Man, me too. Thank you for inviting me so many times, man. And this will keep happening, you know. Yes, I mean, I love Berlin because it's full of people that have a similar mentality, that want to play and are looking for opportunities. And every day I meet new people that are like this, and we meet in the jam sessions, or then we become friends and coffee, whatever. And yes, I mean, there are a lot of musicians that are inspired, and that's nice, that want to play, and there's a lot of music happening. There are a lot of little places that you go and you have great quality of music. The music we play together is great, and it always changes because we have musicians to choose, and it's always great people from all over the world.
Right.
It just feels like a dream a little bit to be here, because it's just everything changes so fast and people change, and then there is different band, different sound, different venue, and always something popping out from here and from there, and it's great because it's just we are playing, you know, a lot, and that's what we're here for, no?
Yeah, right. Yeah. For me also, it's about like this small path that you can go, where you have, for example, the next gig in the next week, and then you begin to think what did go right, what did go wrong, you know, how did it sound if we did that, and so like you adapt for the next week. And I think this is a really great way for like us to like pinpoint more down the thing that we want to do, because sometimes we need to listen to it, we need to, or most of the times actually, we need to like experience like what we are doing actually to have a proper judgment about it, you know.
Definitely. Right. We are developing in the spot, you know.
Right. So what are some jam sessions in Berlin, for example, you frequently go to?
The Hat Bar, you know, I love the Hat.
Yeah.
People that go, a lot of the people that I invite, they complain like, the Hat Bar, but I love it. It's like the children's playground for jazz musicians.
Yes, it's such a classic. It's so classic.
Classic everyday music, you know, and then everyday jam session. You meet there all of the cats that are all the generations, because we have cats we are kind of the young cats, but we have like many more generations, and they're all here playing, we're all doing the same thing. So
right.
It's great. Yeah. I love it. I also like, I mean, I like the one at the Zigzag on Tuesdays. This is a really good one.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, that's where we meet each other. And this is not just like you know, this is a tradition. It has been like this since the 40s, you know, the jam session.
Right.
It's where we play and where we practice and where we meet each other, you know.
Yes, seriously, also. Yes. Also, you have in the Zigzag, you have this really stream of attention, you know, right? And it's like really you need to, like, don't chew gum on stage, like a friend guitarist of us say. You really need to focus, you know. I think that's great, yeah.
Great. This attention is nice because like when you have like an audience and someone that is interested in listening to you, then what you do is what the musicians do is completely different. There's a thing that is happening between the performance and the audience, and there's like a like this thing happening that is when the music happens, you know.
Yes.
And I guess when you record something and you are alone there, it's a similar feeling, but it's imaginary because you are imagining all the people that will listen to this, that could listen to this, you know.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we play for the people, of course, and also for ourselves. We start to play for ourselves and then we do both.
Yes,
or
yes.
What?
Yeah, also I think with the jam sessions, for me it's also like we talked about, like you meet a lot of people, you get exposure, you know, maybe you otherwise don't have, you know. But maybe there are like even more things, you know, to the whole thing that we don't really get, that we don't really see. You know, I think, like you mentioned, for example, in the 40s, you know, where some Miles or whoever, like everyone would go and, you know, try to sit in with Charlie and Dizzy and so on. So we have this whole tradition that's like 80 years, or maybe in some cases even like 100 years back, around the jam sessions. So it's really like an important part, I guess, of being a jazz musician. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a tradition. It's a great tradition.
Right.
And when you, for example, when Mixer Fox plays, you hear like, or when any good musician plays, you hear the tradition, because we are supposed to study all of them, and we are following a tradition, like any good discipline.
Yes.
No?
Yeah, you know, there's like this thing that, you know, everything comes on top of each other. Like it's very, very hard, like to try to come up with something new that hasn't been there before. It's like almost impossible, you know, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of greatness in that too, you know, like to be able to really study another musician. I think like almost everyone did it, you know. There's like exactly. And is there like some guitarist also that you would say like you really studied and that you like to talk about? Like, what's your relationship?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I started to not with guitarist. Actually, I was like trying to do the opposite, because I didn't want to sound like a guitarist. I started to study Bill Evans and then to study horn players. Always Miles was my first, and it's my last as well, you know. And then Kenny Dorham, you know.
Yes, Kenny Dorham.
Trumpet players, Miles, Kenny, Lee Morgan.
Right.
But then when I started to get a little bit more chops, I was doing some Sonny Rollins, some Coltrane. And this is what I've done the most. But I love to listen to guitarists, and I'll also study guitar sometimes. You know? I mean, my main guys are the main guys. They are not my main guys. They are the main guys. You know, like John Scofield. You know, I love his. Like you said, he's making something new. His sound is different.
Right.
He sounds exactly like he plays one note and you see.
You know, it's.
Yeah, I like him. I like Jim Hall. You know, I love him.
Was it this album with Bill Evans that you?
This album is incredible. But actually, the one that kills me is the one with Sonny Rollins. This is my jam, actually.
So what's the name of this one?
I think it's called Without a Song.
It's the one after the bridge, after the time.
The bridge. It's called the bridge.
It's called the bridge, right? And Without a Song is on the
in the spot. That's why we forget things. I forget things, but yes, it's a great piece of album. Like the way he comps. For me, like the comping is maybe I think is more important than soloing. I really like to accompany the soloist.
I can really feel that. Like when I play with you, you know, I can really feel like, you know, you give me like another push, you know. Yeah. So
thank you, man. It's a pleasure.
It makes sense now.
Yeah. I mean, there's this interview of Brad Mehldau. We spoke about this, like, that he's like saying, "Man, everything I play is from. I take it from something that one of the other musicians do. I don't do anything by myself, and it's beautiful. It's like I want to write this in my guitar. with a knife. It's important. And I have a lot of friends that are really good guitarists. I mean, of course, I love Kurt Rosenwinkel. He lives here in Berlin. I've never seen him perform here. But like with these guys, I try not to listen to them because I don't want to sound like all of the guitarists. It's really easy because the guitar is such a logical instrument that it's really easy to just sound like any other guitarist. So I try to avoid this, even though I love these people.
Yeah.
I'm not a guitar guy.
Yeah, you go back more like a couple, like some decades before that is where your place is to go.
Yes.
Right.
Today and yesterday I've been listening to Wes Montgomery. The way he plays and because he's simple. He's not simple, but the way he has a lot of minimalistic, simple, bluesy, great, rhythmic. That doesn't mean that it's easy. It's crazy hard to do ideas. And
he's like a special technique, right? He plays
with the octaves. All of this, all of them are good. There's a lot of good cats out there, and also our friends. We have a lot of great guitarists. And
true.
Saxophone players, everything. Yeah, inspiring to go and see them play so nice every day. Yeah.
Yes.
You, my friend. Yeah, so nice to play with you every time we do, man.
Oh,
I'm excited for tonight and for tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow too. Actually, we play also tomorrow 2 gigs in a row. Right? This is like also an event. I might be able to talk like a little bit about it in between. We call it Passwords, and it's an event where we're gonna celebrate this night of jazz music at a really special bar, and you can have like some nice dish of pasta by the side of it. It's a thing. So the place is called Jiri, and also we're very grateful that this came together. We could arrange it, and the second edition is going down on Wednesday, which will obviously be a little bit late for this release of this video.
Like the 1 week before.
But it will happen again.
After.
Yeah. So maybe actually it would be nice to listen a little bit if we may to the new album.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some special passage that you want to show us, or?
Yes, of course. I can show you. I can show all of you once a little bit of one of the songs of the main song, maybe. Well, all of them are main songs, but the song that carries the title.
Yes, let's listen to the theme, to the
theme. And this is the artwork. You cannot see, but maybe I'll put it there. Playing while we speak a little bit, maybe. But
yeah. So that's the ballad, but we also spoke about it. You go into double time later too.
Here.
Yeah, already.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the ballad. It's Edurne.
Yeah. And how was the process of composing for it actually? Do you like to share it?
Yes. It's funny because the mindset to compose is completely different to the mindset to improvise in my situation. But I want to like get them together.
Right.
So I sit and I say, okay, I will compose something, and I instantly play a couple of notes, and I already have a melody before I play it. If it's a good song, like Mr. Fox, you see how good.
How
So I write the melody for this song, and then I play it a couple of times, and I try a couple of different chords,
Right.
And then I write it. It's actually a kind of fast, but then it's always.
So you go like by like a melody.
Always.
Like for this,
yes, always I write a melody.
Right.
And with the intention to compose, it's a whole different melody than if I have the intention to improvise. this is really funny. It's a funny thing how your mind changes the whole vibe of what you do.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Do you think if you would wear sunglasses while having a gig or while composing, it would make a difference? Like you would feel different?
Maybe. I mean, maybe if we eat some chicken, maybe we can also play great. You know.
We made some jokes before the session actually, because I like to wear sunglasses at gigs sometimes, so it makes I said it makes me feel a little bit more cool. I play a little bit more cool, but
Yeah.
how is it for you?
I mean, I like to dress in a specific way. It's
You
nice to take a personality the whole way, to take the character the whole, way.
Right, like I mean, some people they like I think to be really casual when they have a gig, but you are not like this. You really have style. When you know.
Yeah, I mean, people can say at least he looked good, you know.
Actually, Robin said that to me, the leader of the jam session in B flat. He said, Fabio, the rule number 1, dress well.
And he's sharp every time, you know.
Yeah. so I really took that to heart, and you too. Yeah. So that's important. That's an important part too.
I mean, everything is important, you know. At the end.
How do you actually like prepare for a concert? Like when you have you know when you do you go over the tunes, or is there like a specific way that you like to practice before a concert, opposed to like when you just practice?
So I think before it was the preparation was specific for each concert. And there was a lot of nervousness and things like that involved. But now it's different because there are concerts often. And then I also want to be relaxed, you know. So it, like I say, this connects well. Everything is important for me, you know. Like everything I do to be relaxed, you know. Eating well is how I prepare for a concert, you know.
Right.
But I always play the songs before, you know. I don't. I mean, sometimes I have to go and read the songs, but I try to play them before and to practice them and find out some new ways to play the music. You know?
Yes, right. Yeah, it's also like about like finding out new directions that you could take the music.
Completely.
To. Yeah, right.
Yes. And to support the musicians, to have fun and support with what I know.
Yeah, right.
And always get what they, everything they have to give, you know.
Is there also like a part of it that it's like mental preparation, where you like try to like, do you imagine something before, or you like to keep it like cool?
No, yeah. I do believe in God. I do believe that there is like some external power involved always, and I see it happening, and then I see how the vibe changes and how the feelings change with the song. I recognize all of this, and I enjoy it, and it's one of my main drives, you know, the magic of music.
Right.
But when it comes to preparing myself, I don't think about it. I just let it happen. It's like when you talk about dreams, I rather just dream, not to see why I dream and to analyze.
Perfect. Yes, I love it. Yes.
So how I practice, I don't stay late one day before if I can, you know, and then I practice the music. I read it. I try to get it sounding a couple of times, and then I know when I know it, I know I can play it already, and I just go and play it.
Right.
But I have to play it.
So it's
kind of right. Yeah. Or if not, I have to look good.
Good.
Yeah.
So we are also gonna hear you actually. Maybe even right now, but like we're gonna hear you within this interview and video also as a solo concert. We're gonna hear solo concert from you, right? Is that right?
It would be a pleasure, man. I can play a song for you. Definitely, I'd love to.
Very nice, very good, very great.
Thank you, Fabio.
So thank you so much for being here and for talking, and I'm very excited to now hear what the magic will be on the guitar today. Yeah.
Me too, actually. Yeah. Thank you, Fabio.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, everyone.